Hey, we're back with me and John doing behind the scenes episode 4. So you're not going to be seeing this until April, May? Fuck. Okay. Uh I should say we might be a little bit tired. I'm on vacation for my job, so I had to change my sleep schedule yesterday. And I'm still fucking that up. I woke up at 3 a.m. today. And you got off work, right?
Yeah, I just got off work.
Yeah. So this is gonna be chill. Probably not. We have a tendency to rile each other up, but don't. Whatever. I'm gonna edit most of this. I don't fucking care anymore. So today we are gonna make the actual episode. We are using Red Circle as our podcast host. Um, Let me move the screen to that. There we go. And yeah, we're gonna try to figure this out because I was trying to do this by myself. Even though it's probably better to have me and John. But I got confused. So name James and John. Try should the try be capitalized?
Yeah. Unless you're gonna go back and change the logo. Or is it all caps
It's all
in the
caps
logo?
on the logo.
Okay.
I think it. You know what? Our abbreviation is JJTTP and JJTP. Fuck, that's gonna
Peeing.
TPing, yes, and the T is capitalized in that, so it's a capital. um, so let me drag this here. Oh, is that not? Oh,
That's annoying.
does that really not? Okay,
It's the same shape. Why wouldn't it be able to?
yeah. The funny thing is, okay. I mean, I have an older one that's a smaller size, but I made that other one to make it look less cramp. You know,
Yeah.
because here I'll just pop it in again. Oh, or just do that. I made it bigger so it's less cramp. So I don't know why, but whatever. If I really want to, I can take this old one and like shrink it, I guess. But I don't really want to do that either. Whatever, it's fine if it's ugly. It's art. Okay, so let's do primary category. So we have the arts, which has books, design, fashion, food, performing arts, and visual arts.
Mhm.
Business, which has careers, enterpriseship. We're not under business. Comedy, which has comedy interviews, improv, and stand up.
Can you say entrepreneurship again?
I hate you. Entrepreneur, entrepreneur, business, entrepreneurship.
I can't tell if you're fucking with me at this point.
You know, so here's the thing that people may not know about me. I have a tendency to know words, and I know them. I know what entrepreneurship means, but I can't say words goodly. And sometimes I'll mix up, like I think in the podcast episode 1, I say something like they're they're keeping them out of the dark when it's really they're keeping them in the dark.
Yeah.
I'll
No, I caught that in the moment, but I didn't want to stop you. I was like,
which is fair. I mean,
keep going.
people get what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was thinking, like there's a state that I don't think I can pronounce. I'm gonna try to say it now.
In the United States.
Yes, Massachusetts.
No, you're lying. How many times I've said it? Because that's where I lived before I came down here. Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Like chew and then sits, like on a seat. Chew sits.
I knew it.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
I
Okay,
know.
I need you in my life. I need you to break down words because when it does the Google thing where it's like slowing down the word, like that does not help. I need something to break it down in words. Okay, so entrepreneurship. Uh,
What the fuck? And then you just said it like it was nothing. You said it with no thought, just perfectly after all that.
well, we were actually talking about this earlier when we were doing the talking. Uh, Sometimes if you're paying too attention, you just fuck up.
Yeah.
So the second you said it, I was just like, well, I'm definitely not saying it right this time. I can't wait to listen back to that to see how I said it the first time. Um, I it's not a lisp, but I have a lazy tongue maybe or some shit.
I get that. I mean, yeah, you've always done that, but I feel like I do that more now. I wonder if it's like I don't talk as much as I used to. I think I said that in one of our previous conversations is I don't talk as much as I used to. So it's kind of like I have I don't know. But yeah, like just back real quick touching back on what you were saying like just stumbling and from not talking. Even in the previous episode or I don't know how this order goes anymore.
Episode 1.
In the yeah, in episode 1, um, I would say things, and it's not that I was stumbling, but I was saying like an alternate version of like what the actual thing is, and you corrected me a couple times. It's
Did
like
I
this
really?
is what it's called. Yeah, no, yeah, because I said like I don't remember. Oh, I
Oh.
said hand cam, and then you were like, yeah, it's found footage in a
Oh,
horror
I was just
movie,
making a
and I
joke.
of course yeah, but the thing is, I didn't even I couldn't pull the words out,
Right, right,
and then I
yeah.
just I mean, it is a hand cam, but specific to a horror movie, it's found footage,
Yeah.
but and that happened again later on. I said something, and I said it in, like, a different way than, like, anyone else would say it, and I was like, "What is happening?"
So, I mean, us doing the podcast is gonna help with our talking goodly stuff.
Not if we keep doing that.
Anyway, so education. I don't think that falls under us. Oh, we can just choose the broad. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, that'll help. Fiction, no. Though, maybe that'll be an interesting
We should put
episode idea.
alternative health.
Why did I bring you here?
What do
I
you
would have
mean?
been so much better off just bringing, like, streaming this and being like, okay, chat, tell me what I should be doing.
Oh, yeah, chat.
Yeah,
Who is gonna be in this chat?
you. So maybe a interesting episode idea would be like us doing like a radio show or oh god, what are those things called?
But,
Like you're doing like a story and doing like you're playing different parts and it's but it's all audio.
oh,
World of the Wars was one of those.
I know what you're talking about, I just and they have, like, a Doctor Who one that's been going on that I always say I'm gonna listen to, and I never do.
Ah, whatever. I forget what it's called, but it's like a radio drama or some shit like that. Um Whatever. That might be an interesting idea.
It,
Government?
I
Hmm?
can't see it anymore, by the way. Like, it's so blurry that I can't see it anymore. Like, I see our logo, and I see James and John Like everything above category is high quality. Everything below category is low quality. Why would have to wait? I think it just fixed.
Okay. It probably
Did
had
you
the
change something?
buffer. I
Oh,
was trying to, but I couldn't figure it out. Let me make sure OBS didn't break there. Okay.
fine. Mental
So
health.
we're not good for that. Anyway,
No, no, no. It's just look. Not that we're helping. Just look. You want to see mental health problems on display?
okay, we are definitely not kids and family. Oh, leisure. That's interesting.
Just choose leisure. You said you
Could.
could choose the category.
Yeah, that's true. We could also do,
Aviation?
yeah,
What's leisurely about that?
dude. People get into, like, you can learn how to fly right now.
Yeah,
Put
but
the
that's
money down.
not. Yeah, I know, but how is that just like leisure? Like you have to be focused. You have to know what you're doing. There's a lot of moving parts. This isn't just some chill time. I guess once you're up there, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I've watched some videos and stuff and people learning how to, I don't know. Eh, It's weird that it's leisure when really it should be like hobbies or something, which I would maybe think we should go with hobbies.
Yeah,
I mean, we can definitely go with leisure. Um,
I think I prefer leisure. I mean, if it's between that and hobbies, oh my god, it's bad quality again.
sorry.
It's not your fault. But
It's
yeah,
my
keep going
internet.
though.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
might be mine.
True. Crafts, games, hobbies, home and garden, video games. Video games should just be games. Okay, music, I don't think so. News, no. Maybe if like talk show was there. It's weird that we have like a variety podcast, you know, to be able
Why
to
is it
do
weird?
this. No, like you would think that would be a thing, but it doesn't seem like that's a category, you know?
Hmm.
Or even like talk show. Religion? No. No.
Well, let's see. I
Buddhism,
just want to see the full list.
Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, Judaism, religion again, spirituality, and that's it.
Oh wow, that's limited.
What, you want more
Yeah,
Mormonism in there?
everything. This is very well Christian. I guess that falls under Christianity, but like I don't know. We're missing some stuff here. Wait, one of the options under religion is religion.
Yeah. I guess if you didn't want to choose religion and spirituality and was like, no, 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 we're not the
Just
hippy
religion.
dippy. Yeah, we're not the hippy dippy crystal people. We're religion.
That that's Michelle. Michelle loves crystals.
Okay, okay, wait. Does she like crystals because they're pretty, or does she like crystals because she believes that they can better her life?
Both. I mean, in some like she's definitely someone who's like says something about cleansing. Like you. I don't know. It's not
I,
really different than like believing in horoscopes and stuff like that. I think.
I guess it depends how like um I don't know. I check my horoscope every because I got into like that kind of stuff. So every now
Hmm.
and then my phone's like, "Hey, see the top 3 signs who are going to break up their relationship this month." I'm like, "Okay, sure." I'm not in a
Yeah, but
relationship, but I don't know.
I mean, they're two different things. But a lot of the people who like are like super into horoscopes are also like into stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she's one of those people.
Okay, well, I
I
have
mean,
to
it's
keep
it's
an
it's
eye
a
on
part
you.
of her heritage. She's
Okay.
Celtic, so like they literally had like witchcraft.
Right.
You know,
Science. Oh
agriculture
god.
sciences, mathematics.
So astronomy, chemistry, earth science, life science, mathematics, natural science, nature, physics, and social sciences. If we went with one of these, I
Wait,
guess
wait, wait,
social
wait.
science.
Where is anthropology? Oh, wait, is that in society and
Nate?
culture?
Yes. So I guess that would be social.
Oh, it is.
Or yeah.
I want the word anthropology as an option.
Uh, We have to write the description for our podcast. I'm a little afraid. Anyway, society and
The
culture.
description is going to be think Indiana Jones. I don't know where I'm going from there.
Okay. Documentary, personal journals, philosophy, but no, relationships. Our relationship. Sports. Oh my
You want to
fucking
learn
god.
cricket?
Oh my fucking god. I know a little bit about cricket.
I don't know anything about cricket.
So there's pegs and a bat, and the batter stands in front of the pegs, and the guy who throws the ball wants to hit the pegs, but the batter wants to protect the pegs. That's like the most boiled down version of that. Past that, I'm not entirely sure. Um, anyway, baseball, basketball, cricket, fantasy sports. I guess that would be blaseball, football, golf, hockey, rugby, running, soccer, swimming, tennis, volleyball, wilderness. Is that a sport?
You go out, live out in the wild, and you tell me.
I like. Why is it wilderness and not like hunting?
No, because just go live out there.
Look, man, I've thought about living on the grid. Wrestling, which is not a sport.
You wouldn't have. That would be awful for you. What are you talking about? No one would have access to you, but you would have access to no one. You wouldn't get even your podcast or any of this stuff that you listen to. Like, how would that be
Maybe I
beneficial?
focus too much about putting myself out there, John. Except not in the ways that should matter, like dating.
So you're trying to cut off the podcasts as we're making one?
I would find a way, you know that. Apparently, like you can set up like a satellite dish and get
How
satellite.
off the grid are you if you have a satellite? You're not off the grid. You can be
Solar
tracked
power.
to your satellite. Oh, how do I know James lives there? Because he has a satellite, his own.
TV. TV and film, which
What's after shows?
I don't know.
Hmm.
People
Is
in
it
the
just
comments.
literally like after a show's over? Like, is it one of those things? Like, because I see like TV reviews, but is it just like, oh, this episode just aired. Oh my god, we saw it, blah blah blah, and this is our reaction. Like, is that what that is?
Maybe.
Because you know how there's podcasts that are like attached to a show,
Yeah.
like yeah, I don't know, the Walking Dead had the Talking Dead and shit like that. You know.
Yeah. Oh, like official things?
Well, I'm not saying necessarily that, but I'm saying
Right.
the point that it's the same thing though,
Right.
is what I'm saying. You know, that was official, but it was the same as what I'm
Yeah.
describing.
So we're probably not TV and film, even though we'll touch on TV and film. And then technology and true crime. What? How is technology not under science or society and culture? And why is true crime? What?
True crime is its own category, man.
Whatever. Leisure. Secondary. You want to do like hobbies? Because a lot of our stuff is going to be hobbies based, or maybe games.
Okay.
Hobbies.
Hobbies.
Okay.
Um.
Oh. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh. Okay. Wait. Could you do that with the original one as well?
No. Oh no. Whatever. Anthropology is not there, so who cares? Um, oh, I'm gonna have to blur out our email, but whatever. Okay, author name James and John. So the description. Let me. Again, I'm gonna have to be blurring so much of this bullshit. Oh, actually, no. I'm signed in on J&J. So the description I have here for all our little things was James and John are trying podcasting, which that's not a good sentence. A variety podcast as we learn how to do things! Exclamation point. James and John are trying to podcast.
I mean, yeah, but it also sounds weird.
Stupid.
James and John are trying to podcast.
To do a podcast. Do a
James
podcast.
and John are trying to do. Wait, no. Remove a podcast. Yeah, like James and John are trying to do a variety
Oh,
podcast as we, you know,
and maybe a comma after podcasts as we learn how to do things.
James and John are trying to do variety podcast. Just trying to figure out how to reword that second part too.
All right.
Oh wait, James and John host a variety podcast. Are you gonna say we? Is this really from us? Because then we're saying James and John, but it's we. You know what I mean? Like in the next part, you say as we learn to do things, or are we
Oh,
dropping the we? Is it just a description as if it's not us? Because then we could say James and John host a variety podcast as they learn, learn the ins and
oh.
outs of podcasting.
Or how about as they learn the ins and outs of the format?
Boom. Yeah.
Exclamation point or period?
Period.
Okay. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to our Instagram. And that's going to become the new one. And I have to change all the other ones. Uh, did you ever get my text message about the link tree?
Yes.
It looked good.
I
Oh,
didn't click.
and you don't have your phone on you.
No.
Okay. So yeah,
I
more
also didn't
options.
look at the last thing you sent me.
Oh, the
When you asked
picture.
me like, no, you were like, oh, have you ever used this thing? And I was like, I heard it in passing, but I have no idea what it is. And then you sent me
So
Trello.
this is Trello. I can invite you to it.
You
And
did, I believe. I just need to
I sent a
click.
link, but I don't know if that's inviting you or not.
I think you did in an email.
Subtitle? I don't think so. Maybe a variety podcast.
Variety podcast.
James and John try podcasting a variety podcast.
Sure.
Apple summary. What? If left blank, we will default to the description. Okay.
I think that's fine. Yeah. Why would you have a
English.
different summary on Apple versus your normal description?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason. Um, it might be also from like exporting like your podcast to them. Maybe that's mostly there just to like in case something fucks up. External link. What's this? Oh, no, not yet. Show is explicit. We will be cursing like motherfuckers. And then podcast webpage custom link. So I'm going to see if we can do JJTPING. And we can't remove related shows from the web page because that we have to pay for that. But I kind of don't care about that. Okay, great. We've done it. We've done it. Hooray. Actually, the icon doesn't look too bad.
No.
It's still a little cramped, but it's not too bad. Actually, so this is the link tree. Because we're not paying for it, we have like, limits.
Actually, maybe I did click it.
Okay. So pretty much I figured we can throw this in all the descriptions, all the socials and stuff, so people can find our YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or TikTok, our the web page for the podcast. And I think, unless you have any thoughts about this, I'm a little afraid to say it, a Facebook page.
If you must.
I mean,
go ahead.
so I was fucking around on Facebook. I know I shouldn't. But I just had a need. And apparently they're doing a thing where I guess you can put your RSS feed on and it'll take from the podcast and just like automatically make like a video on Facebook for it. And I don't know. It could be just another way to get people to see the podcast. Also, it'd be easier for me to just hit share when we post episode 0 and just share it with friends and family who probably won't even watch it, but you never know. Oh, also, what do you think about the icon?
I like it.
Yeah, simple. Okay, I'm gonna swap us back. I'm gonna stop screen sharing because I don't think we have to anymore. So we're back into this. Let's continue the meeting. Probably the only other thing I really want to talk about is episode 2. We kind of decided we are gonna do
Questions.
yeah, getting to know each other to the audience or whatever. I just want to make sure I didn't boil that what you wanted to do down too far. Because after I did edit, I did like listen back to that. I'm like, oh, did I? Because I have a tendency, like an idea gets put that down, and I'll take like the bare essentials of that because that's easier for me to think. So I just want to make sure I didn't boil that down too far to where it's not really the idea you had.
I mean, it's not, but I came around because that's how I felt more like in the moment. But like the
Right.
more we talked about it, I was like thinking also this could lead to more episodes. Like they don't need to know everything all at once. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then like we just keep doing that. And eventually, like if we have like an audience, they could be the ones just straight up asking, and we'll just keep it going.
Yeah.
Plus, we go on tangents all the time, so we're still gonna talk about a lot of the things that I would have wanted to talk about,
That's true.
on
That's
other
true.
random episodes. So yeah, I don't mind it as much. Plus
Okay.
it gives it like we know what we want to do. We just need to get the list and then just
Yeah.
go through it.
It has a format that we can easily follow.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah. So okay, that's good. We just have to come up with questions. I also thought of a stupid idea for it. You and me get to ask a question to each other that we have to answer truthfully, of course, because we're going to answer all of them truthfully. But we don't tell each other what the question is until we get, and it's going to be the last one. So we get to each ask each other something. And, it doesn't have to be like, what's your favorite color? No, it could be like a serious question like, hey, why did you fuck me over back in 10th grade?
But what if I don't even remember?
I know, that's going to be the fun part. First of all, I don't think you've
Okay.
ever fucked me over. Oh,
No, I'm not saying specific to that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying like if you dig that far back, it's like I might not know. I might not know.
I think you'll know for the question I'm thinking of.
Oh wow. Okay.
There's a again when you come up with an idea, you get to think about it for a while. Uh fuck. Nah, I'm starting to think of other questions. I'm like, oh fuck, maybe I should ask that. Do you want to hear one of them? Get an idea?
But this is not the main one though, right? This is a different one.
Um,
This is not the secret one you want to ask at the end.
you know what? It might be too close to the secret one.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about it maybe during the podcast when we get a chance to record it.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't think we're gonna sit down and unless you have an episode idea you want to pitch.
I feel like I actually thought of something for once,
You motherfucker! Did you not
and
write
I
it
didn't
down?
write it down.
Not
No,
even on your
because
phone?
no, because I was working. It's I don't really like I have my phone, but I don't have really good access to it because of the gloves. So like unless I'm gonna take off my gloves and stop what I'm doing, I sometimes forget to make notes.
Get a little,
I think it would
get a little
what that
pocket
would
there.
be that's less practical in that situation.
Have get something a smaller than this, something that can fit in your pocket, and
It would I think I thought of it while I was listening to ours about the movie or the episode 1 actually. Trying
oh,
to think. Ah,
okay. If it comes to mind, just let me know. We're not gonna be doing too much again. Chill
I
episode.
feel like it couldn't have been that great. The reason why I say that is because I feel like I would have texted it to you on my break or something if I thought it was like,
Mm,
you know. We'll see. But I guess maybe I should just text you regardless cuz even if I didn't think it was that good, like you might turn it into something else. Like it could spark something, another idea.
you know, I wonder if I have to go and make like iTunes accounts and stuff to put these on. I'll figure
You
that
have
out later.
iTunes? You've had an iPhone.
Yeah, but that was a long
Oh, you
time
mean
ago.
for but also should it be like our account as well? Never mind.
Oh yeah. I
Hmm.
wonder how that works. I'm gonna
Just
spend.
making
Yeah, I'm
just
gonna.
make an account like any other.
Yeah, I guess. Hopefully, maybe there's instructions somewhere.
The only thing is I think you have to have a card on there. I think so.
Well, that's stupid.
I don't
Okay.
remember.
Well,
I feel like that's a thing.
I wonder if we have to manually add this or if they'll be added because nothing's saying anything. Okay. You know what? I'll look into it later. Um. Okay. Episode 0. So you dropped a little bit of a bombshell last episode. What
It's
are your
funny because
thoughts?
it's funny that you say that it was a bombshell because I was just asking you what you wanted to do. Like if you still were like not super about doing that, and then you were like, "Oh well, I've got ideas," and I was like, "Okay, but is it worth the effort?"
Probably not.
I was most I was just asking a question, and it's a bombshell.
It was because I didn't know that could even be off the table.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, I mean, again, I'm just asking you. I think it's because the reason why maybe I'm thinking of that is because I'm not so far holding my weight, and I'm like, I don't want
Mm,
to force you to come up with all that stuff when it's the thing that I was like really pushing. You know what I mean? Like I rather it be a little bit simpler and us just more to the point, because then at least when we're doing our thing,
we don't
I'm
have to think about
bringing
it.
what I'm yeah, I'm bringing what I'm supposed to be bringing instead of like falling on the job or like not meeting you
Yeah,
halfway. You know what I mean? Like I was like that doesn't seem right if I'm not gonna be like coming up with all this shit to go along with it.
that's fair. Yeah, pretty much. I nothing on you, but like you pretty much came up with the uh we're pretending we've done it for years kind of thing. And then I came up with the idea of like, oh, we had a audio editor called Chester and he's no longer with us and stuff like
And
that.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I like it. It's just that I'm like, okay, but I'm not putting the time required
Yeah.
to really get, you know what I mean? To really sell it and to do it that way. But I like it. It's just
Yeah, I got into it for a little bit, but yeah, like even when doing episode 1 and being like, this is I didn't even edit this out. It's like this is season 1 of blah blah blah. Or this is episode 1 of this season or some shit like that. And it's just like fuck. Or how I was trying to do the behind the scenes being like oh we found these old things, but in the behind the scenes we're like, we don't even we know it's a gag. So it's probably just easier to just be like, some things don't work out.
yeah.
And maybe if this fails and we try again in 10 years, we'll do it that time. God.
Yeah, but even then, it was just like a little thing, a side thing. It was like it wasn't gonna make or break the podcast because what
Right.
makes or break it is if people actually want to listen to it talk or not.
Yeah. So it's probably better that we go in episode 0 as just not coming up with a lore.
Yeah.
Okay, so episode 0, kind of want to make it maybe 15 minutes long at most. I guess the idea would be we introduce ourselves, we say what we're doing, uh, and I guess like how do you want to do that format? Because we can do something like, "Hey, I'm James," and I'm just gonna use a different voice for you, so I'm talking as you. Uh, "Hey, I'm James," and I'm John, and we're trying to do a podcast together. Uh huh. And then,
Why would why would I do uh-huh? I mean, even in my own voice, why would I do that?
I don't know. I don't know. It sounded like you for a minute
Now,
there.
but now you're making me feel like I gotta talk like that all the time.
And then it's just like a back and forth. Like, I think the idea is like the next part would be like, so we are a variety podcast. That means we're gonna talk about whatever the hell we want, which means we can talk about politics, or maybe do a tabletop RPG, or talk about the concept of death and what it means to us. Something like a back and forth of that, or it could be like I'm like, hey, I'm James, with me is John, you say hi. Um, we are doing a podcast where we're just trying whatever and blah, blah, blah. We are a variety podcast. And then you go down the list of what that means and then it comes back to me. Or is it better if we're going back and forth like volleyball players? You can tell
Um,
like I'm slightly tired because I'm being a little bit silly.
uh, well, the sun's shining right on me now. I mean, I guess it sounds fine going back and forth. See, here's the thing. It's like I don't want to be like, oh man, I'm just throwing it all on you, but like there's like I said, because you're like the one that like leads or starts things off and whatever. On again, I don't listen to podcasts like you, so like you might, you know more than I do. But like the few that I do, there's that person, and they kind of just do that. You know what I mean? Like I guess the way you just had me interjecting like little things is more like I guess what I expect, but like to do
Well, I definitely
in a
need you
situation
to
like
like
that. But
do some talking because people need to differentiate our voice.
okay, well then just yeah, we should do the back and forth then.
Okay. But does that seem like natural where I'm like, hey, I'm James, and then you go, I'm John?
I
Or do
mean,
you
it's
think,
not gonna. Well, it depends what you mean by natural, right? Because I feel like it's going to be like a naturalistic ad that you hear during a podcast where it's like they're trying to sound natural, but it's clearly an ad. And that's what we're doing. It's clearly an ad for our
All right,
podcast. You know what I mean? So it'll be like that, you know? It won't be like our conversations in the podcast.
all right, all right. Well, so I figured it's like intro, what we're doing, release schedule, and then episode one.
Like introducing episode one, that's what, like saying what it's going to be on
Yeah,
without
like
getting
yeah,
into it.
pretty much be like, um, we've already recorded episode one. It's going up February 15th. Well, if we're going with that idea, February 15th, we watched Hellhouse LLC, which is a really good, which is a horror movie that's available on Amazon and Shudder. And what, how would you describe how we did that video? Is there a review? Is it a discussion? Is it probably falls more in a discussion?
Yeah, it was a discussion because it was. I mean, we gave our takes in the end, but it was almost like a play by play, and then our reactions
Yeah.
as we were going along.
Which
Um,
is not exactly how I thought that episode was going to go, but
I didn't either, but
I
like it's just when
apparently
we
just
started.
started talking.
Yeah, I mean, we started at the beginning, but then like I kind of kept it going. Like even when I would say something, I would either lead into the next part or I would tell you like to continue like
Right.
from where you left off. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like I didn't mind it. It's just I
No.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be like that either.
Yeah, I
Because
guess.
that's not how other ones we've done has been. Like
Yeah,
we've
no.
never done it like that.
No, and that's kind of.
I think the reason why and maybe we naturally did it that way is because I think if like let's say we get people listening, I think most people who listen to it in a situation where we have like an audience will not have seen the movie, and they probably still won't see the movie. So they'll just be wanting to hear us talk about the movie that they haven't seen. So we kind of like had to fill in the whole freaking movie. I don't know. I guess that's the way it felt like when we were talking about it. Or okay, actually, we were just talking about it earlier. It's like when I would tell you about Naruto.
Right.
It was like exactly that.
Yeah, except we both hypothetically read Naruto and we're talking about it.
Right, but I'm saying the audience
Yeah.
is you,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that
True, true. Yeah. Which, yeah, maybe that's how we do things. Maybe that's not how we do things. I think it works.
I
And
think maybe for more obscure stuff, I don't mind doing it like that. And then if
yeah,
it's something that a lot of people have watched, I also kind of don't. I mean, we wouldn't get into as much detail because people would just know what we're talking about. And then if it's like something that is like newer, then I would imagine it'd be more like things we've done in the past,
right.
where we're kind of just jumping from thing to thing that we really want to talk about. You
Yeah.
know.
I
All right,
mean,
so
we'll take it
you
one step at a time.
yeah.
Okay, so for episode 0, I guess it'll be like, hey, I'm James.
Oh, sorry. It's just start over. I wasn't
Or what I can at least introduce you.
Mhm.
So, hey, I'm James. With me is John.
Oh wait, what do you want me to say after that?
Hi. Or I'm John.
But I'm
Okay.
John.
Okay,
Um,
you know what? Never mind. I'll
no,
just say,
no,
hey,
actually, that
that
one's more
works.
normal. I think I could say I'm John, but no, but because here's the thing, I like again because it's just so like foreign to me. Like it just feels so that feels so unnatural to me.
Man,
I don't know
what?
what to say, but then when you say something, I just immediately go to the extreme of my mind, and I'm like, Mrs. Doubtfire with the pie in the face. That's what like you're like, and this is John. It's literally what popped in my mind. It's like I think I thought of that before I said I don't know what to say because I didn't want to say that, and you go, "What the fuck?"
Okay. You and me should have done more videos together. It feels weird because I don't feel like I'm that, expert. But I guess I've done more intros and outros, even though I'm terrible at outros. Just doing my stupid little YouTube thing. Okay, so I'm gonna introduce you. That's okay. Hey, I'm James, and with me is John,
I'm John.
and we are trying to make a podcast. We are a variety. No, maybe you should say the. Hmm. What makes more sense? Me going into saying we are a variety podcast, and then you say what that means.
Okay.
Let's just try it. We're not recording the actual episode. We're just doing a dry run. A very, very dry run. Uh,
But I
and we're
feel like
mhm.
I actually need notes here. Like variety podcast, and then I'm gonna say two things and be like, oh, that's it.
Okay. So
But it's more than that.
introduce John. Uh, okay, so you
This is
go.
maybe this is the time you should be using a shared Google Doc.
I mean, that's fair. That is fair. Okay, it's working. Also,
Okay.
I see your cursor. Okay, so hey, I'm James, and with me is John. I'm John, and we are trying to do a variety podcast. So, John, what? How would you respond to that? What is a variety podcast?
Talk about whatever we want.
Okay, so make a sentence.
That is a sentence.
Okay, do you want to type it? Did you forget how to type?
I'm not Joe, it's weird.
Both our names start with J. Oh my god, I guess your name is JH? No, it's JO. JOHN. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we go back and forth saying pretty much foreshadowing ideas we want to do.
I want it to be like so no, what was the topic for like death?
I think the way I would phrase it is we might talk about death and what that means to us now that we are 30 and living in a pandemic. I think if we do that, it should be the last one. So actually, you know what we can do is like you can be this one. So it could be, which means we talk about whatever we want. So it continues with you. So we might have a discussion on a movie or TV show. Um, I might try to make John play a tabletop RPG. And then it could be like you can do like the death one. How does that sound?
Yeah. But I'm just trying to figure out how to
Phrase it?
word it. Yeah, because I don't want it to be like a down note. Like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like I want it to be like
Well, actually,
serious but also kind of funny.
well, well, I want you to say it, and I'm gonna try to cheer it up afterwards. So just go what's in You're a Dula Amagata.
The reason why I'm stuck is just because I wanted to say it in a way where I'm like talking about really it's like our anxieties and then like obviously death is like a big source of that. You know what I mean? But like simple. We might talk about our most debilitating anxieties, namely death.
Or we might talk about debilitating. Don't know. Gotta dumb down these words for some of these people, you know?
Can you dumb down debilitate more?
Uh,
Crippling?
yeah. I
We
mean,
might talk about our most crippling
oh,
anxieties.
that might ostracize some of our audience.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, those Crip gang members, we don't want to get them. You know, we want to get them on board. Are Crips and Blood still a thing?
yeah.
Uh, or we might talk about our anxieties, like the fear of death and what that means to us now, or what that means
You
to
want now?
us. Mm, maybe no now.
Okay.
Gotta be punchy, because that's a punchy sentence right there.
Okay.
Uh, and then cheery shit like that. Cheerio.
Oh God, don't say Cheerio after you say cheery.
What's a better word than cherry?
I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not saying the issue is cheery. I'm saying the issue is saying Cheerio.
I know, but there's a
um.
there's a fear. Um, okay, so we got the intro, the what. Okay, so next is the release. We are aiming to put out once a month. Hmm, that might sound wrong.
I was just thinking that.
We're gonna
It's
put
like
out.
we're gonna get a lot of fans really fast, and we're not gonna know why.
We are aiming once a month, man.
Yeah, but it's a
Is that your sex
freebie
life over there?
apparently.
Oh,
No,
hmm.
no. I'm saying you're saying this to a public audience. It sounds like we're just for the streets once a month.
We are aiming to put out an episode once a month on the 15th.
It just sounds like like someone could put a comment like, "All right, so when are you guys starting your Patreon so I could get my monthly subscription?"
First of all, it would be on OnlyFans. Um,
No, but it's a
we,
podcast. That's what we're gonna tell the authorities when they're trying to say we're prostitutes.
I mean,
No, it's a
technically,
podcast.
OnlyFans is not just
Yeah,
porn.
I know.
I am cutting out so much when I edit this.
Do you have a preference?
Um,
Whole entire. Do you want me to say it both ways?
yeah, say it both ways.
In case you want to watch. Oh shit! I just yanked the cord. Um, you know, in case you want to watch it before we spoil the whole thing. In case you want to watch it before we spoil the entire thing.
whole
Oh, okay.
whole sounds more. Entire sounds like there's a different usage for it that doesn't fit this. Do you
Yeah,
want to do a run? A dry run?
sure. I mean, it might sound like I'm reading it this time because we're starting from the
I mean,
beginning.
that's
But
that's the important thing. Yeah. Hey, I'm James, and with me is John,
I'm John,
and we are trying to do a variety podcast.
which means we can talk about whatever we want.
So we might have a
Oh, whoops!
yes.
I didn't realize that I go again.
Oh
That's
yeah.
me. All right, maybe we should just make it one. All right, go ahead.
From the beginning?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm James, and with me is John,
I'm John,
and we are trying to do a variety podcast.
which means we can talk about whatever we want. So we might have a discussion on a movie or TV show,
I might try to make John play a tabletop RPG.
or we might talk about our anxieties like the fear of death and what that means to us.
You know, fun shit like that.
Really, we're just trying to figure out what we're doing.
And maybe learn what we are capable of along the way.
We're going to try to put out episodes on a monthly basis.
The goal is to have an episode out every 15th of the month, and we have episode 1 ready to go out on February 15th.
Episode 1 will be our discussion on Hellhouse LLC,
which is a horror film I wanted John to watch. It's available on Amazon Prime and Shudder.
You know, in case you want to watch it before we spoil the whole thing.
We are also available on multiple platforms.
You can see our behind the scenes and bonus videos over on YouTube.
Clips will be available on Instagram and TikTok to share with others.
And any announcements can be found on Twitter and Facebook.
All of these can be found on our link tree in the podcast description. So if you like what you're hearing, please subscribe and join us on this journey.
So
there are some parts that I think.
Okay, which parts? But also, it's like
this part.
I think it's gonna take some editing to make it sound more like it's going back and forth.
Yeah,
like more naturally, because it feels like wait and see, because we're not having a conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're not saying something to me, so it's just like I don't know.
But did it sound like I was stilted or anything?
No. The only thing, I mean, this is just a thing people often do, especially that's why I was saying when you were asking me like, can it sound natural? And I was like, well, how natural? Because it's like an ad and we're going back and forth. Sometimes both of us did it. I'm just saying I noticed it is like we'll start off like with like a certain like you know what I mean? Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everyone does it. I'm just saying we might have done it a couple too many times. You know, like keep it to a, maybe just and is like the only time we should really do it. I don't know. That was just something that I noticed, and I feel like we started off a couple of yours with and, so then maybe that's why I also noticed it more.
I'm going to stop the recording, but I want to share one thing with you before we get back to practicing and maybe recording. Okay? Just give this a minute to open up. This is Reaper. This is what I'm kind of using to edit. And I got some social clips I want you to listen to and see which one you like better for episode 1. Hey guys, this is James and John Try Podcasting, episode 1. I'm James. With me is John.
I'm John.
You waved into the camera. We are an audio-only podcast, so that's great.
Only? I thought this was going on YouTube at some point.
Probably just be audio with our little icon, but
okay. Ignore the wave. That was for you, James.
Thank you. John, can you give us the basic plot of Hellhouse LLC?
Essentially, a group of friends have started a company where they make haunted houses, and they're going to an actually haunted house. I mean, I feel like that's all you need to know. Like, things go wrong from there.
Did you watch it by yourself, or did you watch it with Michelle?
Another thing I noted here, it's not a part of the plot. It's just something I wanted to put out there because she told me while we were watching the movie, Michelle punched a person at a haunted house. Yeah, she just got scared, and she just, for some reason, that was her reaction. And I was like, wow. First off, that's hilarious, but also fucked up.
I think it's good.
Yeah, I have 2 others just in case, because I didn't know how much we want to put your girlfriend on blast. Maybe get her permission.
But I already did, though. Remember?
Maybe get some extra permission for this one. Hold on. So I kept the beginning the same. So
I mean, I feel like that's all you need to know. Like, things go wrong from there.
Did you? Okay, so about 21 seconds.
Broke cover rules, man.
Okay.
If there. Paul broke cover rules, man. If you were ever a kid who hid under covers, you know once those covers come over, that shit's not moving until you wake up the next day. Because I have another note for Joey.
He sucks.
Yeah, that's the other part. It says Joey holds this film together, and then it says like update. Joey's a piece of shit.
So I kind of like combined two sections there.
Yeah,
I don't know how that flows.
That's what I was about to say. I feel like I didn't expect the Joey thing all of a sudden. Like it felt kind of off.
I could have probably just kept the whole under the cover thing. But the Joey one is so short, and I think it's kind of
play the whole thing. I know you tried to skip ahead, but like maybe it'll flow better with the beginning part because it's already jumping. We're already establishing that.
I'm James. With me is John.
I'm John.
You waved into the camera. We are an audio only podcast, so that's great.
Only? I thought this was going on YouTube at some point.
Probably just be audio with our little icon, but
okay. Ignore the wave. That was for you, James.
Thank you. John, can you give us the basic plot of Hellhouse LLC?
Essentially, a group of friends have started a company where they make haunted houses, and they're going to an actually haunted house. I mean, I feel like that's all you need to know. Like, things go wrong from there. Paul broke cover rules, man. If you were ever a kid who hid under covers, you know once those covers come over, that shit's not moving until you wake up the next day. Because I have another note for Joey.
He sucks.
Yeah, that's the other part. It says Joey holds this film together, and then it says like update. Joey's a piece of shit.
Fuck. This one doesn't flow. It doesn't. Yeah. But I like both those, things. I don't know. Yeah. I still think the first one, flowed better.
Last one. I don't even remember which one this is. Hey guys, this is James and John Try Podcasting, episode 1. I'm James. With me is John.
I'm John.
You waved into the camera. We are an audio only podcast, so that's great.
Only? I thought this was going on YouTube at some point.
Probably just be audio with our little icon, but
okay. Ignore the wave. That was for you, James.
Thank you. John, can you give us the basic plot of Hellhouse LLC?
Essentially, a group of friends have started a company where they make haunted houses, and they're going to an actually haunted house. I mean, I feel like that's all you need to know. Like, things go wrong from there.
And then it cuts. There's like this random scene of Sarah walking in a field, and then it cuts back to Tony sitting in a field with tall grass. And he's just like, does anyone else know? And it's just like what is this scene?
I think my favorite is still the first one though.
Okay.
Like maybe another, maybe, I know you said the Joey one is like too short a clip, but maybe just smaller clips or something of like those separate ones without the intro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but like the first one is like the one that I think works the best.
Yeah, I figured that would be the one we do. Make the headliner, put it up on Instagram and TikTok. I made sure all these are a minute long because TikTok does not give you 3 minutes until it decides not to. I don't know. It gave me 3 minutes after I posted one video, so I don't fucking know. And Instagram only allows for a minute or 60 seconds. Unless we do a video. All right. Well, I just wanted to show those, so we'll go with social 1. And we are going to keep practicing and then maybe record episode 0 and try to get this out by February, whatever. You got anything to say, John? Cool.
I can't read.
That would be a big problem right now if that was true. All right. Well, thanks for watching. If you guys are just following along, you can hit subscribe to follow us, or you can check out our link tree to see our multiple social media accounts. I don't know why I'm laughing. Like, that might all get cut out. I don't fucking know. Thanks for watching.